Do you have broken macros in Excel? Or would you like to update a macro without breaking it? I'm going to show you two ways to do it. And the first uses a multi-step process with AI. Then I'm going to show you a new solution that makes it one click of a single button. You upload the file, click Fix, and it's done. You want to add or remove features, make a little note, click another button, done. Now let me show you how they work. Let's go. In this example, I have got an invoice. It's a really cool little invoice. It allows me to add as many line items as I want. It's auto-expanding. But here we can click Send Invoice Amount. And we get a pre-filled email, time to pay the invoice, with the amount due taken directly from the spreadsheet itself, a little footer, and a subject. Now there are so many additional things that you could do here. You could have this turned into a PDF and automatically attached. You could have it so that we cannot send it until all items have been filled out down here. That's the validation we are actually going to be adding. There are an endless number of things that you can do because we are using VBA here. So this button is assigned to what is called a macro. And if we want to see that macro, we hit Alt F11. We go over to the project window here. If you don't see it, click View, and then go to Project Explorer. Find your workbook, open it up, go to Modules, and if you downloaded this workbook, double-click Email, and this is your macro. That's what it looks like. A little bit more difficult than the mail to syntax, perhaps. This is what I've been teaching people how to do by hand for years. Once you learn it, it's great, it's easy, it's not that difficult. I've got courses on it. You can go take them at teachexcel.com, but we don't have to do any programming here. So what I'm going to show you how to do is when we click the Send Invoice Amount, it's going to go down here and say, hey, this is 0. What's going on? I think our invoice is busted. We did not fill it out completely. You could also make it so that if it didn't have the address up here or the to address down here, that it would not send, but we're going to keep it relatively simple in this case. If there is a description value, there must be a quantity value. I also want to change who it's going to be sent to and the body text of the email. That part might seem simple until you see that this is how the body text is written. It might as well be ancient Greek if you've never seen it before. So we're going to do it the current clunky way, then I'm going to show you the more advanced streamlined way for the system that we are building. I told you what we want to do, so now we need to go to our favorite AI, choose whichever one you want. I'm going to go with ChatGPT. And now that we are here, it is time to make the prompt. Now I could just say, hey, make me an email macro, but it's not always going to return the result that we want. We need to coach the AI in order to get an accurate and a decent result. And we are going to end up with a rather monster prompt at the end of this. So I'm going to paste it in piece by piece and tell you what each chunk is for. Chunk 1 is telling ChatGPT what it is. What are you now? You're an expert Excel VBA developer. And what do I need you to do? Analyze and fix VBA. Okay, cool. Now let's go paste in the requirements. Basically how it's going to go about making the macro. Keep it practical. Don't remove important features. You're talking to this kind of like a baby that is somehow a programmer. So there's a lot that we have to be careful of. And now let's go to the next section. Not very friendly to paste in here. And of course it is a little off the screen. Let me go down. There we go, the goal. Send an invoice email from Excel. Okay. The next chunk is what you're going to want to update for whatever you need to have done. It is the current problem or the current to-do. Well, I want you to change the email from this email to this email. Then I want you to change the email's body text to, please see the attached invoice. Payment is due by the last day of the month. But I want it to keep the amount due section and the footer as is. Now those are the instructions keep this other part like it is, the amount due section where the AI has to do a little bit of figuring out, and that's why we require so much scaffolding in the rest of the prompt. Otherwise, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes it's had a little bit too many martinis at lunch. Then the third one is in the table, table invoice. That's the name of the invoice table that we were just in. Require that the quantity column is greater than 0 for any row that has a value in the description column. And you could put as many requirements as you want. Just make sure that you spell them out like you're talking to a baby that has had too many martinis that somehow knows how to program. But we're not done yet, of course. This section is where our macro code goes, and I pasted it in here without the macro code just so you could see that I have a nice little hard border, an extra hard border there, and it's just a bunch of equal signs. So let's go back to the VBA window, and I only have one macro, one sub routine. Those words are all used interchangeably, one chunk of code, let's say. So what I can do is just copy and paste it, Control A, Control C. But if you had multiple modules over here with a lot of code that is all interconnected, you would need to go and individually copy and paste all of that so that the AI knows what's going on. And paste. All right, we are getting a pretty brutal prompt. Nice. Now let's make some space for the last section. These are essentially the deliverables. I want you to give me all of this. What is the macro doing? Why is it failing? Etc., etc., etc. Number 4 is the actual code that we're going to put back into the workbook. At this point, you're done. You've got your prompt. Now, let's see what happens. A little bit off the screen is the submit button. And it is going to take some time to work. So I think I'm going to fast forward a little bit, or a lot. And here we go. What is the macro doing? Quite a few things, it seems. What's causing the problems? It's going to tell you what it thinks it should fix or update. And here we have the code. This is what we want. So I'm going to go ahead and copy that. There should be more stuff. Ooh, that is some code. There's a lot of stuff, actually. Okay, so it is a little bit overwhelming. When I show you, the next method I show you what we're building, it won't be so overwhelming, I promise, I promise. But now we go back, and I'm not going to delete this. You could delete all of this and paste in what we just copied. What I'm going to do is underscore BAK. That's oftentimes a syntax used to mean backup. So we don't need this guy anymore. So let's go here, make some space, and paste in the new code. And actually we now have 2 option explicits. We don't need that. I'm not certain this is a basic email macro anymore, but that's okay. It has the same name as the last one used to have, so we should be able to go back to the workbook and test it out. Let's see what happens. Invoice validation failed. Each row with a description must have a quantity greater than 0. Problem found in row 3 of table invoice. All right, row 3, there we go. Nexus 7 model. How many did they order? Well, 5. 73,892 should be the updated amount, and we should be able to send the email. Excel automation is amazing, isn't it? Look at this. We've got the updated body. Please see the attached invoice. Payment is due by the last day of the month. It's retained amount due. It's got the correct amount from the worksheet. It's got our footer. We have the new to email here. Life is good. But of course, that took a long time. Is there an easier way? Well, there is now. Let me show you what we are building. It looks a little bare bones, but we'll spruce it up later. For now, let's see how it works. What we're going to do is to upload the file in question. Select the file. It will automatically upload and begin processing, doing a preliminary analysis of your file, and then give you a nice little report. This is a pretty darn good workbook, only one potential issue identified, but that's okay. We weren't here to fix it, we were here to update it. Might need to change the title of that button. All we have to do is to tell it what we want it to do. Let's paste in those 3 changes. Change the email, change the body text, and then make sure we have some validation. Fix it, and in just a few moments we're going to get a nice updated workbook. We can download the new workbook. If we want, we can go down here and it'll give us a little summary of what it did, the little fix for the issue that it had a concern about, and then our updates. That way we are not flying blind, we know what it did. But let's download the workbook and check it out. There's our fixed workbook. Let's open it up. And time to test it. Invalid invoice, line item, quantity must be greater than 0 when description is filled. Row 3. All right. Amazing. There we go. And we didn't even have to open the VBA window. Well, what'd you think? Let me know in the comments below. And if you'd like to be a part of the early tester group for that project, let me know as well. It is not publicly released yet, but if you go to teachexcel.com and hit the contact link there, shoot me a message and I can get you early access. And thank you so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. If you enjoyed it, please do give us a subscribe, hit the bell icon, a thumbs up, leave a comment, share it with anyone you think might benefit from it. And apparently a hype is a thing now. So please give us a hype. I ask for those things because they help us grow. And yeah, thank you so much for watching the video. I really appreciate it. Have a great day, guys. Cheers.